Hey everyone, it's Erin, the founder of Lady Bee Collective. I know it's been a long few weeks, a long few months, and I hope that we all got some rest and relaxation and kind of reset, but still are continuing to move forward. And as promised, on Mondays I go through an excerpt of my ebook, A Guide to Taking Your Power Back. So bear with me. It's Monday and I'm just gonna go with it. So one part of it is advocating for ourselves. And I think that's really, really important. And I think a lot of times we find it easier to avoid kind of advocating for ourselves, so we advocate and help others. And although helping others is always great to do, it's important that we know ourselves and we put trust in ourselves and we speak up and we advocate for our own selves. Before we can always advocate for others. I think when we're not quite sure of who we are and our beliefs and really look within, it's hard to really see other people's perspectives when we go to try to help and be there. And that's kind of what has happened to me a lot. I had really good intentions in my mind, but I didn't do the inner work with that. I didn't really advocate for myself. I didn't really take the time and say, hey, I'm important. I need to know what's going on. I need to educate myself. I need to figure out what to educate myself on, what to kind of dismantle, what beliefs have I held on to for a while, what ones serve me, what ones do I need to get rid of. And it's a process. So I would say those questions that I just said, that we all take some time to do that. And we all take some time to realize that we are very, very capable within ourselves. And most of us, especially women, have been told that we're not capable, we're not good enough, we can't make any change, we're always gonna be this way. We've just been told and these lies by sometimes quote unquote friends, people just that didn't like themselves, society. And it really stuck with us. And I don't think we always realize that. But in times of pain, in times when we're sad, when we're angry, it really shows how much work that we continuously have to do daily within ourselves. And I consider that advocating for ourselves. So in this chapter of the book, I talk about that and how when we begin to get sad and we begin to get angry, we have to look, why? Why is this happening? And a lot of it goes back to society, to the way we were raised, to generational family patterns. So maybe our mom and dad were a certain way and believed it, and their mom and dad believed that, and it passed down to us. And we weren't even consciously aware of some of our behaviors and what we think. And when we don't know that, and society's telling us one thing, and we're supposed to believe something else, we get very chaotic inside, right? And that causes a lot of anxiety and angst, and then we go out to try to help others because that feels good and we want to, but we're very chaotic inside. And it's hard to do the work within ourselves, right? It's hard to look at exactly like why we're doing what we're doing and who we are, but I think that we need to do that. We need to ask ourselves the hard questions. We need to have those hard conversations with ourselves as well as other people, but really with ourselves, because we tend to have conversations and then we lean that way, and then we have another conversation we can see that way. And I think we need a good core value from what we believe and what we trust. And that doesn't mean it can't be changed or amended, but we have to, they say, like, if you don't stand for something, you fall for everything. And I think that that's really important. So I think doing the inner growth and holding space for yourself as well, and wanting to grow and listen and see other perspectives, while continuing to have a core that you're building and maybe you're relearning and making great habits for yourself, is something that I think everyone has to do. And it applies to almost every area of our life, except the fact that we don't always want to have time for it, right? We kind of put it off. It's not that important, or we're so busy, how do we have time? But I think daily, like I've said before, when we keep promises to ourselves and when we learn every day, whatever that way of you learning or educating, whether by talking to somebody, experiencing it, putting yourself out there, trying something new. I think that combined with listening to your instincts and your gut and remembering that you have it within you. You have all of these things within you. You may not feel that way, and a lot of times I don't. Like rationally, I know that I can do it, and I do have that in me, but I'm programmed differently to think that somebody else has to tell me, and I think there's that space in between learning from others and holding space for ourselves that we sometimes leave out, the holding space for ourselves and really doing that work. It's not just about finding what activities we like and stuff like that, just doing that inner work of relearning things and breaking those habits and seeing within ourselves what patterns are just not serving us and are making us sad and mean and angry. And I'm there, and I'm at that point a lot where I still think that I did work, and I'm like, girl, you did not do that much work. Like, you still have work to do. Like, there's not an end point, it's a continuous flow. And with that, you'll have your good and bad, and there'll be days where you're feeling really good about how you feel and what you believe, and there'll be days where it just knocks you to right down to your knees, and you're just like, I don't know what to do anymore. I don't even know what I believe. And I think that's just all part of healing, and healing the trauma and the beliefs and everything. And it's really hard to do. So I would suggest, though, putting some work into that, and then making time for, again, the buzzword, but self-care, taking rests, doing little meditation or just breathing techniques, coming back and making sure that you feel okay, and talking to someone who's really supportive, and talking to yourself, who should also be really supportive of you, and saying nice things, and just doing all of those things. And I think that makes for a really well-balanced way of life. And you're going out there and you're showing your passion and you're living your purpose, but you're also taking time to enjoy the little things as well. And I think that it doesn't matter what you've done in your past. It doesn't matter how old you are or how much you think you're stuck in something or your patterns. You can break them, and it will be a bumpy road and it will be difficult, but there's lots of support out there. And I think the support is a lot in here. And I know that sounds corny and cheesy, and I used to hate when people told me that it's like, an inside job, but it is. And that's just something I wanted to share with you. So I hope that you can take something from this. I hope there's some insight into this. I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear how you're growing and learning, and just certain habits you might want to break. I know this is kind of long, so if you get through it, thank you. But just to share with me, you can DM me, you can email me at info@ladybcollective.com. Again, I would love to hear in the comments just ways that you want to, take back your power in that way and really advocate for yourself. So like I said, I do this every Monday. I think there's one more part I'll talk about from this ebook, and then I'm going to pick another one of my ebooks to start up to. So this is a free download. The majority are. So if you want, just download it for free and check it out. It's not a long read, but I think it could be really helpful in wanting to take back that power. So I hope you guys have a great Monday. Hang in there and just keep doing what you're doing, and just keep trying and learning and doing the next best thing. So I will talk to you guys later, and in the meantime, go check out my IG. I have stories up there. I have posts I do. Like I said, DM me. You can go check out Clothing for a Cause. Get involved. Like, if you want to work with me, collaborate. Like, if you're somebody who wants to help women, take back their power and feel good about themselves, also while talking about the stigma of women's mental health, I would love, and that's a lot of loves, to collaborate or figure something out. So that's about it. And I think I already said I'd talk to you guys later, but I will, and you'll hear from me next Monday. And in the meantime, feel free to DM me. All right, talk to you later. Bye.